The new data on the best zip codes to flip in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is out. The data is for July. Obviously, we don't have data for August yet, but the data is out, so go ahead and jump and download the files. How do you download the files? If you're a member of Prop Shop One group, go ahead and hop into groups and then go to Dallas Fort Worth stat for investors, ask to request membership, and then you will be able to download it from there. If you are not a member of the Prop Shop group yet, go ahead and join Prop Shop One forum. It's completely free. Once I see that you joined, without even waiting for you to join the group, I will go ahead and send you. This is how the file is going to look like. It is just an Excel file. Now, please notice that in this Excel file, we have two tabs. One is called cities, and the data is broken up by a city name. Or unless it's a very small town like Wilmer, if it's a larger town like Addison or Euless or Dallas or Fort Worth, my recommendation is to go to zip code and then check the zip code for its own calculations or for its own ranking. I created a color code for you. If your zip code is in any shade of blue, being this dark blue is the best, slightly lighter blue, which is still okay, or very light blue, which is kind of starting to get a little bit iffy, but still okay. If it's in the blue category, or if but it says Elena months of inventory, MOI stands for months of inventory. If you see this is blue, of any kind of blue, and secondary check that the days in the market, DOM is days in the market. Days in the market are also of some shade of blue, go ahead and view this as a safer bet than if the color was yellow or orange, or God forbid purple, or gray or black. So the lighter is the color, or the darker is the color over here, the better are these zip codes for investment. Why do I feel that way? Because as you can see, according to the data, listed means homes that were listed in the market in July. Sold means homes that were sold in July. As we can see in this particular zip code in Irving, there were 8 homes that were listed for sale in July, but 9 homes sold. It means currently the buyers are buying the properties faster than the flippers can put them on the market. That is great for you. Most likely you will have multiple offers. Most likely your property will move very fast. As opposed to, for example, let's take a property with 3 months of inventory. In this particular case, we had 36 properties recorded on the market, 12 properties sold, still with only 9 days in the market. I would say that the 9 days in the market is a good indicator that the inventory is moving fast, at least some of that inventory. But at the same time, 36 competitors sitting next to you while you're trying to flip can be a little daunting to overcome. So for me, this specific zip code with 3 months of inventory and 36 competitors is not as good as this zip code with 10 competitors, 9 properties sold, 1.1 months of inventory. And just for a contrast, let's take a look at, let's find another Fort Worth that is not as good. Let's just say right here. In this particular zip code, also in Fort Worth, we have 124 days in the market, 129 properties on the market, only 29 sold. 25 days, almost a month, an average house for an average house to sell. So it has over 4 months of inventory currently stacked up. So if you had a chance to flip in this zip code versus this zip code, I would say go for this zip code all day long, because you're more likely to get multiple offers. You're more likely to be in a very good position to price your property a little bit more aggressively than if you were in a situation where There were 73 homes in the market, but only 8 homes sold. If you are in these zip codes, so those were the good zip codes. The blue, any shade of blue is good. Any shade other than blue is not so good. But we have yellow, which is a balanced market. Means neither the seller nor the buyers have a definite upper hand. So everything depends on the quality of your flip. The darker is the orange, the harder it is to sell a house, even if you did everything humanly possible to make that house stand up and be better than its competitors. Once you get into dark orange, into purple, or into this gray category, you are in a seriously difficult situation. It will probably take quite a few weeks to sell your property. For example, but also take a look, don't just take the months of inventory as a gospel. Balance the months of inventory against the days in the market. So if the months of inventory is high, but days in the market are low, or can narrow your requirements or narrow your inquiry down to a specific neighborhood, because it is possible that the conflict here exists because one neighborhood might have too many homes for sale and nothing in that specific neighborhood sells, while neighborhood 2 streets down might have fewer homes for sale and they sell aggressively for whatever reason. But anytime you have a conflict where the one side, like days in the market, is blue, and the other side, like months of inventory, is orange, contact me and ask me to look at the data from a standpoint of the neighborhood or 1 mile calculation, just to understand what's going on specifically in the area where you plan to flip. What to do to handle a slowing market. So for example, if you are in these zip codes, more power to you. You'll probably sell great. But what if you are in not so good zip codes? What if there is a lot of competing inventory sitting next to you? Should you not flip the house at all, especially if it's a good deal? I wouldn't say that. Just be aware that it becomes more difficult to flip homes if they are competing with other flippers who already flipped homes and now sitting waiting to sell. So just be aware that in those cases, it is even more important to know which updates to do, which updates to forego, how quickly to put the property on the market, when not to put the property on the market, that is also important. And I will have a separate video on that. And also what kind of selling strategy to use. If you are worried about long days in the market, markets going down, properties next to you cutting prices, contact me, let's discuss. I'm a member of 72 Sold program, home selling program, which teaches realtors how to increase the sale price while decreasing days on the market in pretty much any environment, whether you're selling in a blue environment or selling in an orange environment. That's it for now. If you have any questions about how to download this file, feel free to contact me. You probably found my information on Facebook. If you do not see me on Facebook, then contact me via text, email, or on this forum. Also, once you read through the data, please feel free to recommend how to improve the data that I provide to make it easier for you to read it, to understand it, and to take action on it. My name is Elena Garrett, and I'm a realtor with Keller Williams Central in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. Feel free to look at the description below to find my contact information, and happy flipping.